All right. For the CCIE EI direction, the exam machine environment we provide here is designed to be exactly like the exam setting. When we log into this interface, the exam room is directly accessible. While practicing on our exam machine, we provide a rack for everyone to practice on the exam machine. It's all about simulating the exam environment. First, when you open this place, you'll see the login interface for SD-WAN's vManager. I'll switch to a different address to log in. Let's log in and take a look. All right, let's get it logged in first. We'll take a look at how we've set this up to meet the needs of the exam room. And then there's the DNA Center. There are several servers here, and the DNA Center is included in this setup. It's actually the same as the exam room. For example, we do this like do this strategy matrix, etc. Then we add users and create the policy matrix, right? We set up the policies to determine who can communicate with whom and who cannot. This is part of the exam requirements. Then this is the vManager device. After you log in, you'll notice that some devices in the physical topology haven't been powered on yet because I just connected and restored the quick setup. This device is still starting up, so some devices are not powered on. Once we log in, you should see that the vBond, vSmart, and vManager devices are online, along with 5 others. This device is starting up, so some devices are not turned on. And then after we log in here, you have to see this. The 3 devices, vBound, vSmart, and vManager, are online, making a total of 5 devices. The 5 edge devices are also online now. At this point, you can start working on the exam. You should follow the exam requirements, and most of the initial requirements can be addressed here, which is called, in the topology, right? This is the top template. In this template, this is the direct template here. This is the template we want to push, right? Everyone knows this. It's the device template that needs to be pushed onto the device. And the composition of this template is that it calls from the feature template inside some content, and the feature template is the template library, right? For example, what do we want to configure? This VPN 0. Then we configure this OSPF. See this OSPF BR. What is this? This is the branch area can be used with several branches for this template or the system template, as well as the routing template for VPN 0, right? Interface template. Then according to the exam requirements, we just call the content from the demand template within this template, right? And then we can push it down. That's it. For example, I can push 1. Let me find one. This. We can find an OSPF. Actually, we can search for OSPF here. For example, this OSPF template, I'll just forget it. I'll use VPN 0. The template for VPN 0, and then I'll modify some parameters. Okay, then I'll change this to be called inside this tunnel. Let me see. This way I'll enable the OSPF, which is one of our requirements. Configure and turn on the OSPF here. After starting, click on this update. Oh, I just had a little hiccup there because I'm at home and I'm connecting remotely. And then at this point, it will let us know that it will push the settings to these 2 devices, CH21 and CH22. Because we modified the configuration, right? Right? Here, you need to check it. Just take a look. If you don't check, just click on this configure directly. Directly, yeah. Then select to push to the 4 devices, which are Sage 21 and 22, as well as 51 and 52. Where are 51 and 52? They're right here. In this branch, specifically 4 and in branch 1 and 2, in this branch 2, we have 50, CH51 and 52. And since I haven't configured the link in between yet, if this interaction template shows this message, it means the push was successful. If you've set up all the links in between, then it will show a green check mark in front, right? That message indicates that your template configuration and the pushed links are all fine. Once you've connected, it will automatically push the settings down. You see, it's already successful here. After it's successful, we can go back to this. This feature template, going back here, you can see this, called VPN0, the one I just configured. It already has 4 devices, and these 4 devices are using this template, right? You can open and check. These 4 devices, 21, 22, 51, and 52. So actually, before I pushed, it was already 4 devices. And we can also push this template down. After pushing this template, it will show 4 here. You can experience this for yourself when you get to the hands-on part later. This is the SDN part. I'll just show you the content of the do part in a bit. For example, I'll first select the OSPF global settings and then open it. After it's open, just update it. Yeah, because my home network is a bit slow, but actually the server is quite smooth when I connect to it. So I won't check it anymore. Just watch me as I add 2 more devices since there are already 2 devices. Right. Then here we need to wait for the system to first check if there are any issues with your template configuration up top. After confirming there are no issues, we can check the status of the devices being pushed down below. Oh, he pushed this 21 and 22, right? Because we didn't follow the requirements, I just did a quick test. Otherwise, it would push to the corresponding devices as per the requirements. Okay, this is the SV1 part. And I haven't configured this matrix yet. I haven't created any users, right? After I create the users, I'll set up the policy matrix from here. You can do this from the DNA center here. And this is for our SD one. So this server is set up, and then I'm going to log into another one. Let me log out of this one first and log into a different server. Let's take a look. And these are the materials we provided, including the design, right? There are several sets of designs, which include solutions. Because now the exam is divided into different sections, the situation is like this. I'll close this up first. All right, so this is our do environment, and you can configure it according to these requirements. Let's take a look at the requirements. So in the materials, you can see these exam resources. Requirement 1, this is the welcome message, and then we have the VLAN configuration. After that, there's Ethernet. Ether channel, and this configuration called fast generation number. This exam question also has a solution, which is related and includes OSPF HSR P2v2 and the operator's underlying network and overlay. All the requirements are included, a total of 14. In this first part, including the later configurations for EEM and what's called guest shield specifically the 3.1 configuration. And we provide all these configuration methods, including something called Python. Python allows you to output results like this. We have all these Python configuration methods available. All right, let me show you what the rack looks like. And for example, the configurations we talked about earlier are quite simple. Just type them in from the rack. So where do we use Python? It's on this machine. It's called host 31. Actually, in the exam room, you can work on any open host. You can do it on every host, right? You can connect to the SD1 network. And then you can do the 3.1 Python thing on host 31. And then there is a dedicated Python one. What's this tool called? This tool, we actually don't need to use it. It's just down here. If you use this tool in the exam room, it's fine. It looks exactly like the exam interface. Actually, there's something called a file viewer here, and using this makes it faster to open things, you know? So using this in the exam room is also pretty quick. Let me see, where is it? I think I should click on this. Right, using this to open it is faster than using the dedicated Python tools. Plus, we've tested it, and using this in the exam gives you the same results. So you just go into the folder where the Python files are stored. This opened, and there is a file here. Open it. After opening it, the content is the same as if you opened it with the dedicated Python tool, right? So, based on the requirements, we'll help fix this piece of code, as there are a few issues in it. There are several problems in this code. Right. After we fix it, we can output the results just like what was written in the requirements. And we can also output to, it's exactly the same as that. All right, that's how it is. And this 3.1 is configured here in this place. It has a built-in system called Linux, because this version is quite advanced. This device has a higher version and it has a built-in Linux system, so it can meet this requirement. So practicing on our rack is definitely not a problem. All operations in the exam can be done. Oh, this is the overall physical head.